He accepts those who believe and those who don't. He condemns any path that uses religious differences as a justification for destruction. The awakening man brings forward many of the qualities of the healthy masculine of old. He is noble. He is responsible. He is productive. He is kind-hearted. He is protective. He's unswervingly honorable. He is down to earth. He's sturdy. He is flexible. He's realistic. He's hopeful. He's sensitive, not fragile. He's healthily egoic, not self-centered. He's both practical and heightened at the same time. He ascends with both feet on the ground. He is really here. It's so funny, whenever I read that piece, there's a part of me that thinks, oh God, that's so gooey. It's my own connection to my archetypal conditioned male warrior that just sometimes just can't even begin to imagine how we embody that particular way of being as men. It's
Did anyone here find that gooey? Yeah, does anyone know an awakened man?
I'm saying, when's the singles mix?
One of the things that that I noticed right away from Jeff is that he's not saying he has the answers. What he's saying is he loves a conversation and a dialogue, and so really part of this is a presentation, and I think part of it also for Jeff is an exploration in terms of the content and what we're talking about. And so really encourage you, if you have opinions, single or not, to share them out in the group, to let this be a dialogue that is really inclusive and new in that. So when you talk about the awakened man, it sounds really powerful, and I'm definitely inspired in that. I'm wondering, how is an awakened man different from an awakened being? Like, is that not just something that everyone would benefit from being, and how is that uniquely masculine?
Yeah. And I don't, that's really where my inquiry is. You know, it's trying to differentiate between, like if I try to imagine myself as that in the healthiest form, how is that different from a woman in her healthiest form? I mean, how would I walk? How would I talk? What would I think about? You know, what would I not think about? What would motivate me and inspire me to, and energize me to manifest during the day? What would be my orienting principle? And you know, I'm more inclined in the direction of thinking that the healthy masculine is still different from the healthy feminine. And I'm not exactly sure. I mean, we've been so coded and so affected by sociological realities and the perversions of polarity, the distortions of duality, so that what's been masculine has really been so much about warrior self. What I wrote about in the Apology, you know, male protector, male warrior, male competitor, and you know, those things, with all due respect, really have been often honorable functions, you know, that are not always to be dismissed. I mean, so many men have died on battlefields defending other, and so many men have built structures that we rely on in this world. There's been so much dissing of the healthy masculine that lived for thousands of years on this planet, and so I'm interested in what other people think about whether or not, as we progress on a spiritual path, we become something still differentiated from one another as gender, or whether we do become fundamentally the same kind of being, purpose-driven, spiritually oriented, just with different body parts.